Good morning and welcome. This is Maggie Rose bringing you your reading for today. Pardon me. Still got a little bit of that whole horrible hay fevery thing hanging around. I don't like it. Okay. For Capricorn, it's the Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn, this is about sitting on what you've got. It's about understanding that A and B will meet in the middle, but you've got certain directions to take to get this to happen. This is about being content with what you have. At this point, it's about making everything, every step a winner. It's about getting out there and going, yes, I can. But it's also about home and family and having that feeling of being at peace and, stress-free and big decisions about how you want your family or your home life to be. It doesn't have to be a shambles, hon. Aquarius, you're still dealing with the whole friendship, relationship, will it, won't it, is it, isn't it situation. And this has been going on for quite some time in this energy level. This is about knowing who you are. It's about knowing what you bring to a relationship. It's a knowing about what you bring to yourself or what you allow to be brought to yourself. This is more about self at this stage, darling, than it's about anybody else or moving on with anyone. It's about understanding the friendship of the self. This is where you're at today. It's about holding back on anger, holding back on aggression, which you usually direct towards yourself anyway, and it's about holding back on that self-judgment and that direction. This is about looking into the self and seeing what it can bring you and where it can take you, okay? Now we'll see our Aries friends. Aries, well, it's about time you got off your butt, darling, got out there and strutted your stuff and partied. You've been hanging around, and 2 has come up, so we're going to use the both. You've been hanging around thinking, what if, maybe, could be, should be, whap, bip, bip. You've been upside down, inside out, looking at situations from every possible angle and getting nowhere. Okay, hon, it's time to get out there. Time to dump all the thought stuff. It's not getting you anywhere. It's causing you problems, causing you some distress at this time. But it is time to relax, Sometimes when you've relaxed and you're de-stressed, you can see things with a much clearer perspective, and then you can go ahead. Okie dokie. Pisces. Yes, there are some worries around. Yes, there are some concerns around. For some Pisceans, it's all like, oh my God, what is next? It's like you're waiting for that other shoe to drop. Everything that can possibly go wrong looks like it has. And Hans, this happens in cycles. But it's like, okay, just sit up because your nightmare's nearly through. Okay, it's like look at positive directions, energy levels that are going to get you through the day. This is what you need to do now, is look at your energy levels, build up your strengths, put things back together and put you in the driver's seat, because you haven't been doing that for a while. And this is where you need to be. You need to be in charge of your life and not let these fears and worries and anxieties take over. Okay? Taurus is about standing in your truth. You may be right, you may be wrong, but it's your truth. And this is what it's really about right now. It's about knowing and understanding your truth, knowing and understanding your boundaries, knowing and understanding your limitations, and being very, very strong about what you want and not allowing people to snowball you or roll over you. It's like there's a whole pile of drama happening. It's like stand back. It's time for the still time. We're moving into a very interesting time astrologically, but it's forcing us to look at our shadow selves. It's forcing us to look at what no longer works and then to move into a very positive step. It's like karma's right out there now. It'll come back and slap you. Whack, cop this, So you might as well deal with it, hun. Gemini, yes, you've made a few mistakes. Yes, you've blown a few things. So what? Join the race, you're human. Deal with it. You know, get over it. This is about walking away from the past. It's about learning from the past mistakes. It's about gathering the knowledge that you have and making it work for you and with you. You know, past experience is absolutely no use whatsoever if you don't use it. It's like knowledge. If it sits in a book on a shelf, it ain't going to help no one, hun. This is about looking at what you've learned and finding ways to move forward strongly, positively, and with that faith that, you know, the future's got a really great stuff happening, because it does. Trust me. Well, we're sticking with this energy very much. There's the same energies around very much. Cancerians, it's like there's no good hanging around for someone else to call the shots. This is about taking control, taking things into your own hands and going, I can do this, and this is how it's going to be done. It's about not sitting meekly in a corner and waiting for someone else to tell you what to do or to show you how to do it. It's like time to get up and move in and rotate. It's get things up running, because, you know, this is a very, very strong time for you guys. But you've got to do it yourself. I don't like that, do you? Sometimes I like a bit of TLC, but you can give yourself TLC, and sometimes doing stuff for you is exactly what you need. Okay, where's the Leos of the situation? Same energy. Same thing, but in a different thing. It's like, okay, you're putting everything on hold. I'll do this when. I'll do this when this happens, and when this happens, and when this happens. What if it doesn't happen? What if your plans all go kaput? What if the love or the joy or the peace or the happiness you're waiting for? What if you're dead, hun? Hello? You know, sometimes when it just don't come. Ain't there. Not a happening thing, babe. So what you need to do right now is get happy. Get moving. Get motivated. Get employed. Get the change. Do this. Do that. It's like, get it rolling. It's no good I'll do this when. Or when this happens or when that happens. It just may not happen. It's that simple, darling. Now is the time for action, to grab it with life with both hands and just squeeze as much as you possibly can out of it and into it, darling. You've got now. That's all you can count on. Virgo. Okay, Virgs, let's just step back a bit and breathe. Virgo need to breathe at this time. There's so much going on and everything's at full speed. Look, honestly, don't charge in. And I know that's not a Virgo trait, but when everything's stressed and you're cross and you're breathe. All I'm telling you right now, Virgs, is breathe. This is passing. This energy is flying through. It's like everything will settle. It will be back to normal. It will all be back in control, and you will be in charge again. Trust me. But meanwhile, look, through this energy cycle that you're in right now, breathe is about all you can do. Don't do anything else, dolls. Don't make stressed, snap decisions or anything. Just breathe. Okie dokie. Libra. Okay, the scales of balance and justice are not always in tune with each other. Justice and legalities are not always the same, and this is something that you'll need to come to terms with. You know, but do you waste your time and your energy and your joy and your happiness waiting for some legal situation to go, look, you're right? Or do you wait for someone to come along and say, you're right? You know, waiting for someone to, or something to be justified for you to be right eats you up. It makes you ill. It takes away your happiness. It takes away your joy. Your situation now is, do you have to be right? Do you have to be well? Do you want to be right? Or do you want to be happy? The ball's in your court, darling. It's your choice. Sometimes being right just ain't worth the price or the paper it's written on. Take care. I'll be back with a second.